Zombie Apocalypse.
How's it going, everybody? This is Tyler Drapo. Hope you're having another great day, and welcome back to another video. Alright, it's time for another edition of Random Thoughts. In this series, I talk about whatever is on my mind, whether it's something interesting in the world, a personal story that I want to share, or if I just want to rant about something. And today, I want to ask you this very simple thing. What in the world happened to No Shave November? It was not that long ago that it was a very popular thing around this month with guys that are used to growing beards and stuff like that, but ever since then, it really hasn't been the same very since. I can tell you that by personal experience because it was very popular early in the last decade, but now it sort of seems like faded as more and more people have grown beards, and really it's just grown out a lot more than it really should. You know, it was a really fun thing that we used to do last decade that was really something that was really enjoyable in my opinion. So that's really what I want to talk about today. No Shave November, the significance of it, and why it hasn't been as popular as it has been lately as we come up at the end of November. So before we get into this, the thing about No Shave November is that for a whole month, guys like me would go a whole month without shaving to raise awareness when it comes to cancer. Obviously, this was really a good thing when it comes to raising awareness of it because we know there are so many people that are suffering from cancer around the world, and so this was the thing that some guys decided to try to do, in which they would go a whole month without shaving, and so for every hair that they grow or whatever products that they usually use to shave or trim their beards, they would raise awareness and money to those that are suffering through cancer or going through their fight through cancer during this time. And that's something that I think is really special. Yeah, I know some guys just usually like to do it just for the thing of it, but you know, it's really important that we recognize that because, you know, there are guys that really want to show that they really care about those that are suffering. And so obviously by doing that, you know, they're showing I'm with them. You know, I want to show them that I care about them. And although it would not be the normal way to do it, I mean, I felt like that really the way to raise awareness would be just to do some kind of like charity event or like a fundraiser or something like that. It is something that really has generated popularity over the early part of the 2010s up until at least late in the decade. So how I obviously first found out about No Shave November was when I was living in Chatham. You know, at the time I was starting to grow a beard for the very first time, at least slightly sort of, and a few of my friends actually noticed that, and they told me a little bit about No Shave November, and they told me that, hey, you should do it. And I felt like that was really weird because I was really the only guy in the 8th grade, none of us in middle school at all, that was even growing a beard at all. And you know, this fact that, you know, some of those guys have been telling me that they think I should do it, I really had no idea it was about raising awareness, but I felt like, hey, maybe this is something very interesting, so I thought I would just go ahead and give it a shot. And obviously I didn't have the capability of growing a very big beard back then, as I was only like 13 or 14 years old, but you know, I did it. I went a whole month, and then at the very end of it, I, for the very first time in my life, shaved. And so obviously, you know, it was an enjoyable experience, and it was something that I would do again for at least the next 3 years as well. And I was going to do it again in 2015, however, I had to shave it off though for other reasons, unfortunately, in the middle of it. But I've been doing No Shave November pretty much every year since, with the exception of 2017, as I was working at Burger King at the time. But this has really just grown out as of late because there are a lot more guys now in this world that are able to have beards like the ones that I do, and some of them decide that, you know, November is really no longer a thing anymore. You know, they can grow beards for longer than that. You know, maybe it's just like for a couple months or something like that before they shave it off or trim it based on, you know, whether or not they think they've grown it long enough, or if they decide they need to do it for like cleanliness and personal reasons and all of that. But you know, there's so many more people that have been growing beards now that No Shave November has really lost its way. Take it from me, for example. In fact, the very last time I shaved was when I had my interview for the New Jersey Symphony Orchestra back in July, and I'm going on 4 months straight since I've last shaved my beard. However, I know at some point, probably most likely at the end of this month, next week, I'm probably going to have to shave this beard off. So I'm just letting you guys know that this is probably going to be the last time for now that you're going to see a beard like this. But hope you enjoyed it while it lasts. More and more guys have been growing beards, and you know, studies have shown that it's made them a lot more manlier and a lot more, you know, attractive to women, obviously. And so really a lot more people have decided that, you know, they will go away with that and then just start, you know, growing some beards like that. Probably not the ones like I do, but grow beards just so that way, you know, they can get those people that they want to be with, you know, maybe start a family or maybe something like that. And it wasn't just, you know, like for those reasons, you know, you've seen every other people do it, you know, like in the NHL NHL, during playoffs, and especially the Stanley Cup Finals, those guys would tend to grow beards pretty big, almost like mine. And even police departments are getting into it, during November. Some of them would go without shaving for a whole month before shaving and raise awareness as well. And there are so many other people in this world, at least during that time, that took part in this, that it really became a pretty big thing. One of the reasons why, like I said, that No Shave November is really no longer that much of a thing anymore is pretty much because everybody is now doing it, like whenever they want. Obviously, like I said before, every single month almost, you're seeing somebody that's being able to grow it out almost all the time. And so really because of that, it's really just no longer that big of a thing. But I do really just want to stress the significance about how important it is to raise awareness when it comes to, like cancer or, like other stuff like that. That was the significance really of what that month was all about before it faded away in popularity. Guys would do this just to be able to show awareness, and really it was such a very fun time. And I really feel like that it is important that we continue to raise awareness by doing stuff like this. Well, not exactly stuff like this, but continue to raise awareness by doing stuff like charity events, fundraisers, or any other sort of special activity that allows them to make money and raise money so that way they can give back to those that are in need, like hospitals, police departments, homeless shelters, even disprivileged people, that are living in disprivileged homes. Those guys, they are suffering during those times. And so I really feel like that it's really important to raise awareness for one of those reasons, and No Shave November is one of those reasons. So while I'm not suggesting that we should bring this back in any way, shape, or form, it's definitely something that I do feel like that should continue as a tradition. I feel like this is something that should continue to gain focus, and I feel like that's something that, is really important because, for every hair, it's a significance that allows people to know that there's someone out there that is struggling, and significance to show that they are with them during those difficult times. It doesn't matter what cancer it is, like leukemia or even some kind of like throat cancer or head or neck or heart or liver cancer, anything like that. There's somebody suffering in this world, and I feel like that No Shave November is definitely something that really allowed those men to be able to take part in that awareness. And I really feel like that significance should be really important, especially a decade later. So while I do enjoy the fact that, there are more people that are taking this out of November and growing beards for longer extended periods of time, I do feel like that we should sort of make this more of a continuing tradition, like not just every November, but, like if any other month or something like that, you want to raise awareness for something and show that you care about those, do like really some special events, or like maybe some like activities or fundraisers and charities and stuff like that. No Shave November is definitely something that you can definitely do. One thing that I think that can definitely be done is that, like let's say you have like a few people that are having like clean shaved faces at the beginning of the month of November, and let's say like whoever grows the biggest beard at the end of the month and will raise the most amount of money at the end of it, really they win and be able to donate all of that money to charity. And I really feel like that's something that we should really look at. So yeah, obviously No Shave November is a big thing, and partially it still is today, especially when I first found out about this over the last decade. And so while I'm not suggesting that we bring this back entirely, I do believe it is important that we continue to bring significance to this particular event again. I do feel like it's important that we continue to celebrate traditions like this, continue to take part in these activities, and more importantly, whenever No Shave November comes around, if they want to raise awareness, to be able to grow out their beard for as long as they possibly can. That way they show that they can continue to raise awareness for other things like cancer or like autism awareness or anything like that, and show that while they do look a little more manly than they should, at least show that they are with others during this difficult time. And that's why I think No Shave November should continue to bring significance like this in the near future. That's just my take on it. What do you think about this? Do you think No Shave November has pretty much played itself out now, or do you think it's really still that big of a thing? Let me know down in the comments below. I would like to know your thoughts about whether you think it's a good idea to raise awareness through stuff like this or through other activities as well. I'm always interested in hearing your thoughts about this, so please let me know down in the comments. That's gonna do it for another video. Hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. As always, be sure to comment below for future suggestions for all my videos, whether it's vlogs, projects, challenges, or random thoughts, you name it, leave it in the comments below and I'll do my best to make them. As always, follow me in my social media, all the links are in the description below. That's gonna do it for another video. Hope you're having another great day. As always, I hope to see all of you again in another video very soon. So long, everybody.